guys, you're watching Desimartini and my name is Zinia. Today we have with us the man who you must have seen on big screens, on TV and on the web. He's all set to appear. Okay, he's all set with his next film, A Thursday. Yes, I'm talking about Karanvir Sharma. Karanvir, welcome to Desimartini.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, the pleasure is all ours, and you are giving us your time, so thank you. And first of all, right off, A Thursday is going to come. We have been looking forward to this. We don't know much about the film yet. So could you tell us more about your character, your role in the film?
The thing is that I play a character which is, he's a criminal lawyer. And it's a, you could say that it's a thriller, and so I play a criminal lawyer in it. I absolutely love my fiance, very doting person, boyfriend, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but I think the interesting thing is that the film starts with showing the chemistry of me, Naina, which is played by Yami, and she's done such a fabulous job. So, so these are the few things. I mean, besides like giving you like much detail and all, just that it's a thriller. Now, who does what is something that you have to watch the film for.
Of course, because अगर आपने मुझे बता दिया तो पूरा thrill ही खत्म हो जाएगा. So we'll have to wait for it to release for us to know कि क्या होने वाला है. But what made you say yes to this project, Karanvir?
Actually, no. I would say yes to this project only because, to be honest, when I got a call from Behzad Khambata, so he's the director of the project. And if you look back in our history together, we've done 2 years ago, we did a film called Blank, which was his directorial debut. So did that. That was an action thriller as well. So I already have a certain amount of trust in him. And honestly, it's like when you work on a project, you kind of either you make a bond or you don't. I mean, there are only two things from it. So I had an immensely amazing bond with Behzad, because I'll tell you what, I think that adds to the comfort and bringing out a performance, and whatever little bit that I've done is only because of that. And so what made me say yes was firstly because I've worked with the director before, and I really think that he is one of our, he is in time going to be one of our most reputed directors, because he's really, really international way of thinking, and yet at the same time he keeps the emotions intact. Big yes for me. And plus, I'll tell you what, he was kind enough to just tell me that you can say no, and I won't feel bad about it, but I want you to read the script. And when I read the script, I was like, this is something that I would definitely want to be a part of.
Okay, and because whatever we have learned about a Thursday, bits and parts, it really sounds very interesting. So we are looking forward to this film coming out. There's also this thing that it's going to release on OTT instead of having big screen theatrical release. So does that in any way bother you?
As an artist, I don't think it bothers me at all, and it shouldn't. And honestly, to be honest to God, it's always been an OTT film. We've never really put it out like. I don't think the makers have ever tried to put out that OTT or a theatrical release. To be honest, it really doesn't matter. It's a film. And it's going to be available for an audience. So how and what, it's really. I don't think there is, that's something that you get into while making a film. But obviously, you do a little bit of a math and you figure out eventually where you would want to see it. So I don't think it's bothersome at all, to be honest.
Okay. And also the fact that there is an audience, and with OTT release, I think the audience broadens in the sense that that people from a lot of countries would be watching the film together at the same point in time. So I think that also widens the audience in some way.
Well, that used to happen with theaters as well, actually.
With
I mean, you
worldwide
have an
release.
international release, yeah, the worldwide release. So it's really the same format. The only thing is the medium has changed. You're watching it at a comfort, at your individual timing and individual comfort. That's the only difference. Because I don't think anything else changes. If you want to watch a film, like I recently saw a film, Chandigarh Kare Aashki, and I really enjoyed it because I really wanted to watch it and I didn't go into it with reviews. I didn't go into it with anything. Yeah, I didn't even go into it knowing the fact that I've worked with the director twice in my career. I think with Gattu. I didn't even go with that. I just wanted to watch this kind of a cinema because I like the trailer. And I didn't want the reviews to come and hamper me in any which ways. I wanted to be my own judge whether I like the film or not, because I think I have. Every human has that
Of course. Yes.
potential to understand what is good enough. So and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was refreshing. It was refreshing. It was nice. It was crisp. It was not overtly done. It was just perfect. So I think, honestly, an audience, the way you watch it, that's what is most important for anybody. Like if you want to watch a film, you'll watch it anywhere.
True. Also, Karanvir, you are one of those people who have explored all the three main mediums that are available today, be it OTT, be it the TV, be it films. So, have you really, as an actor, have you found any difference in working? Because, for TV, like you played Shaurya and it was so popular, but it also requires a certain amount of commitment for a very long period of time. So, as an actor, does the medium really matter, or is it like you're actors, so the basic is to act, so it's all the same?
I think for an actor like me, I need to be busy constantly with work. Otherwise, I just can't handle it. For me, it's like working in that working chaos. I find my peace.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very
So
well
for
put.
me, it's more. Yeah. It's for me. It's just the love of cinema. Whatever you. Because when I started out, I started out with advertisement, and nobody really thought I would make a career out of it and do a couple of hundred ads or whatever I've done. I mean, a couple of ads that I've done.
Mhm.
So, and I've said you should not, uh, as you grow and mature in this industry, not really care about who it is, whether it feels right, because your first intuition is always on point. I go with. So it really doesn't. Been lucky enough to have a diverse engagement with all these different mediums, but honestly, all are the same. Yeah. And to be honest, really honest, I think the toughest is television because the kind of commitment and the kind of um, you can't have off days.
Yeah.
In feature films, in web series, you still know that okay, you're looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. You know,
But with TV, it's very difficult that even if you fall sick and if the episodes are not short, it becomes very difficult, I think, to manage and put it all together.
oh yes, it does. It does certainly.
Wow. Yeah. Currently, we have seen you, you have been a part of the industry for almost a decade, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, from 2012 or 2014, when, Zid came out and it became huge. So, do you think from then to now, there has been obviously a lot of changes, but do you see some positive change in the industry as well? With now, with the OTT growing bigger
I
now.
think that I think if you find positivity, you get it. I mean, if you look at the negatives, then there are always negatives, right? So it's like where you channelize your energy. So for me, if I look at only positivity towards the industry, I feel there is a better scope. There are more mediums. Like I remember, like we when Sid released, it had only the opportunity of releasing in cinemas,
Hmm.
and then eventually going on to any kind of OTT platform or a digital platform after months. So that and no and that used to just be like okay हाँ जिन्होंने नहीं देखी वो देख सकते हैं अभी ऐसा नहीं है और उतने mediums भी नहीं थे because now there are original content on those OTT
Hmm.
platforms which are coming in. I think I'm seeing a drastic change in the way we direct our cinema, the way we put it out to an audience. I think our audience is more adaptable now and more open-minded, like they've always been. But I think now they are just a little more because you see, like like Korean cinema entering
Yeah.
and being appreciated, and Turkish has always been appreciated, and so many diverse. Otherwise, I know from I used to follow Kurosawa, a brilliant Japanese director, a storyteller. So Ingmar Bergman, I've seen all of this, but it's coming in now. Like people are more open to it now. So I think it's a better opportunity for them to understand good talent. And once the audience is that well aware of what good cinema is in general, like how they know the numbers now, and how much it takes for a film to break even, I think that also gives them a leverage as an audience to understand good acting, good direction, anything related to cinema. So I think that it spirals down to good performances of actors and appreciation of the same.
Okay. Also, it's often been said that the industry is easier for people whose parents are related to it or who have a background. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that the industry discriminates against outsiders and the playing field is not even?
That's the case everywhere, isn't it? Like an Ambani or anybody else would see to it their children take over the righteous throne, right? Or any other king would do that, right? So I don't think that there is something out of the box in that. But yes, if you talk about opportunities, we don't get opportunities like we need to level up to get in stream.
Okay.
So I think it takes longer, but eventually it's a talent to get us there. But it is harder and longer for sure because firstly you might not have the same kind of connections, and sometimes the connections really matter because people are not aware. They might be searching for you, but they won't be aware because you're not that approachable to
Mm.
them, or they're not approachable. So that's always been the struggle, to be honest, and that's just very time consuming. To be honest, it's taken me 10 years to reach here, so it is definitely time consuming.
10 years, and I believe more than that because, like you said, you have been a part of a lot of commercials as well. So, yes, it's a constant struggle, I believe.
Yes, yes, yes.
Also, I
It
have to
is.
really
I
ask you
think
this.
that's what
Yeah, please
makes
continue.
you a better. No, I was just saying that it just makes you a better. I think it makes you more fierce in your approach. It makes you more confident when you stop. How do I put it in like simple words? Giving a shit about things, and just doing what you love doing.
Yeah, I think there's no simple words to put it in it. It is what it is.
Yes.
Yes. But when I see that, I also have to ask you this, going about something, following your passion for 10 years is also not easy, especially because, for in an industry like
Mm.
Bollywood, which is very volatile, where, there are new talents coming in
Yeah.
every day,
Yes.
there's
Yes.
so much of cutthroat competition. So how do you keep yourself
Mm.
afloat? How do you continue doing what you love in an industry like this for so long?
I started out with doing my graduation. I left my MBA halfway through. I had a backup kind of person. I keep a plan B. I will always jump for the plan B because it's just making more sense. It's more easier. So let my plan A be my plan B as well. Let me try it. Give me 1,000 days to figure it out. If I don't break even, I'll be fooling myself. Any other business, it's what you learn that.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm getting a few calls. So it just got a little cut. Sorry.
No, no
So I was
problem.
saying that give yourself 1,000 maybe around. Is it really worth it? Have you really progressed, even in your thoughts and your career pattern? So I think that's my first approach that I had, and at the same time, I'm not saying don't keep a backup plan. It's just very stupid. But on a safer side, I was like, I can get a different backup plan. So in a plan, I started out to pursue direction because that's something that I wanted to eventually do. I started learning editing, script writing, understanding the technicalities of understanding production, on set, and I didn't give a damn because I thought that everyone's got to do everything as long as, and I still have that approach. Really, produced and directed a music video, and I didn't care. I mean, for me, I would do anything. If I shall pick it up, as long as the work is getting done, it doesn't matter. If you have to make somebody look good, something look good, how does it matter? You're as it is so noble. I think that's one approach that I had, which eventually worked in my favor. It made me a better performer. I tried having a backup, understanding cinema. What people do is they try to understand their art, which is predominantly what you should do, because you need to excel in one thing, but to have an understanding of other things. So if it doesn't really work out for the people listening, I mean, it really, you can't make sense out of it, right? But if you still want to be part of this industry, you can find your own medium.
Yeah.
You know, like I gave an example of Abhishek Kapoor. He's a fabulous actor in my defense, because I remember when his film was getting edited at a studio I was working. I was like, this guy is good, and I was literally behind the table seeing the rushes and everything. And I know him from that time. And but look at him, what he's doing in his career pattern as a director. So I feel you've got to be open to it, and if you want to keep a backup and you've got to strive hard, you just keep your backup in this industry or somewhere else. I don't know. Give yourself that time and find your own magic.
Wow. Wow. Karanvir, going back to a Thursday, we are all excitedly waiting for it. But if you have to give one compelling reason as to why we should not be missing it at any cost, what would that be?
Um, One reason you should not miss this film is it's you keep to your seat for sure. Uh, because when I read it, I was like, I read it at a stretch, and everybody else know that I read it's a very bad script. I had to keep my eyes open. So for me as an audience, I really enjoyed it. And another reason is that it's got everything right. It just plays with the thought, which is very. I can't really say it, because it's I can't give away because it plays with thought that tries to, and it leaves it to the audience to judge. So it's such a brilliant film. So I think that's, and if you like out and out thrillers, fast paced thrillers, where you don't know what next and you think that this is what you expected, but something has happened, that's your kind of cinema to watch a Thursday from.
Wow, wow. You're just adding to the excitement that we already have, by the way.
Mm.
Your video is stuck, I think. Can you see me though?
I have network.
Uh, yes.
Yeah, now it's really good.
Yes. I think I was also stuck, maybe.
Yes.
No problem. Also, I have to, before I let you go, I have to ask you this. We heard that you would be a part of a Netflix series as well. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Can you say anything about it, or it's all under the wraps yet?
It's very much a confidential one for me right now. So it's just unofficial, but let's see.
Okay, okay. We hope that we'll get to hear about it soon. Also, did I miss asking you any question that you thought
Thank
I
you.
should have asked you?
I really don't know what you can ever ask me because, but I so yeah. I mean, to add to it, I just think if we talk about the film, I think I've never really gotten comfortable with the lead actors as much in a feature film, at least, um, because you know you work on a limited time frame and everyone's very very professional. But I think all the lead actors on that set, whether it was Neha Dupe, I didn't meet. I met her at a rap party, and she's super
Okay.
chilled out. She's super chilled out, and and it was really amazing to get like a hands-on compliment from her. And she said, my husband was like, "Oh, kya something." I mean, I can't really say the compliment because it's like blowing on trumpet, but it was kind enough to for them to acknowledge my work, to say the least. And yeah, and Yami's been really supportive as well. So I really had a blast working with her. She's so down to earth, and she's got her head at the right uh, place. I mean, she's got a very very forward thinking mindset. So very nice.
Wow. Everything that you said, right from working experience with the cast, Yami and Neha, you said you met only at the rapper party, but that and the reason that you gave to watch a Thursday,
Yeah.
it's just building the hype around the film, and we can't wait to watch the film.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you so much, Karanvir, for joining with Desimartini. It was a delight speaking to you, and thank you so much for giving us your time.